Greetings, Samir Grady here for Earth-Based Records, Buck Showalter, and update on the Ukraine situation with the United States and NATO indicating they will not be sending troops into Ukraine. Do you like my powdered nose? Yeah. Well, what do you think about that? I'm going to move on to the very important topic of the preview of the Bitcoin. Excuse the background noise. We're all catching cough and cold and flu season here. That won't be the topic here either, although I did have a health segment, and we'll have more with COVID virus segments and stuff. And also, I have the podcast on Anchor.fm, which is, self-care podcast, Self-Care Samir, available on Spotify and other podcasting outlets, presumably. Now, the Bitcoin battles. Yes, this is gonna be like old-fashioned company town warfare. Where, especially with online companies in particular, we're talking about, Facebook, Amazon, uh, eBay, YouTube, Google, Yahoo, and all the associated coin-based currencies. You might see them in your video games, so many different types of them. And some of them you won't even know what it's called. You just make a coin, get 100 coins, and you get a free, something or other, a coin app, Bitcoin mining, all these things. I have written a book, or two about Bitcoin, on Kindle, uh, and they're not very long books, But here, what we're talking about is, online company money. Money. This is in some places. This is where you open up an online store. You buy and you sell from your own store. You take a little out, if you have profits and that kind of thing. So, in the technology world, these are digital money already, and to make it in the form of cash money for the user, such as you and me, then it becomes a cryptocurrency, or one form of which is Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, etc., etc. And the battle of Bitcoin money is gonna be, part of it is the government deciding, what exactly where are the edges of it, regulatory authority on cryptocurrency. Part of it is a battle between traditional money, dollars, euros, pounds, yen, yuan, etc. Rupees, rubles, uh, lira. Between traditional money and a cryptocurrency, and traditional money being highly regulated. In the future, as we see, any misappropriation by cryptocurrency producers, of those who create and use and distribute and invest in a cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin, that we'll see in these future battles, these wars, even real wars between the power of the government, the American government, for example, which issues the dollar bill, and some of these other issuers of money, cryptocurrency, Amazon, Facebook, eBay, that there might be some real legal struggles and even real wars, as Amazon and Facebook, they cross national boundaries. The interests of the country is not always the same as the interest of the company, especially with multinational corporations. And this is not to cast judgment one way or another, as we see the future of factory work as a long transition, with China taking a supremacy in factory production of the industrial based, and whether engines, Chinese engines, are widely used, but not just the engines, which the American automobile lover wonders, where are the engines going to be made, whether for cars or motorcycles, but also other products, cell phones, etc., which China is gonna continue to have supremacy as part of the globalization that already took place in the manufacturing of sector. As you see, India, the other Asian power, um, taking a piece of which Central Asia, this is area around north of India into Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, which has been quite an interesting place between Russia and China. Really, with those two powers, Russia and China, having a clear demarcation in the sand between them, that India having more of a role in these five Central Asian key places, and the actual capital of Kazakhstan being renamed to Al Sultan. They actually had to bring Astana Al Sultan because neither Russia nor China, since it's a boundary between these two countries, was able to be the manager of this place. They are the crossroads, and Russia is getting into Europe, for these products. China delivering these products from their factory and haggling over the dollars and cents, and Al Sultan added as the capital of Kazakhstan, so that these products can be moved from Chinese factories into Western Europe. Ukraine also is another boundary between East and West. In this case, Eastern Europe and Western Europe. Russia being the focal point in the war today. But again, eventually, from a commercial perspective, we're talking about the movement of products, and where will these boundaries be in the future? So while the main topic here was the Bitcoin war of the future, still whether Kazakhstan and the five Central Asian republics that India is establishing some control over, whether in terms of management responsibility, due to nobody else able to fairly manage those areas. Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and there's another one for China, the factory of the future. For where is the future of commerce? Where are the future wars? What is the online future of Bitcoin? And what about your personal associations of the companies that you use for your online commerce? You're making money, spending money, and you're socializing with their Facebook, Instagram, or other online social media sites. These are the kinds of things in the future of our financial complex. Smirgardi here for Buck Show Walter Earthbase Records, welcoming Lauren Daigle Music, and our separate YouTube channel with a lot of the nuts and bolts of faith in the Earth Faith is the name of the channel, where we give these more faith-based talks. Smirgardi signing off.